You said something that I caught when you were explaining about the parents before the boomer thing. You said that coddling is a form of
It
abuse.
is.
I'd like to get into that.
Well,
Explain.
I think that's what's wrong with most men. You're like an exception to me because you're emotionally intelligent. You know,
Oh, thank you.
I would not be on this podcast because I fight with most men. I said I
We've
wouldn't.
we've never had a disagreement.
And
Never.
even if we did, you're just very respectful.
Yeah.
You're not a disagree. You know, these men be coming for my neck, man.
It's a
Like
pride thing.
it's a pride thing. But the coddling is it starts in early childhood because if you don't give a young boy, the mamas, let's say dad is hard on the boy, but
Right.
mom is going behind dad's back
Right.
and babying him.
Okay.
What are you teaching him?
Right.
You know, you don't have to baby him, but you can teach him, you know, in different ways. It's the women. And then what's happening now as a result of the coddling, it's confusing the man and he's getting angry. We're seeing a rise in matricide, and that's men murdering their mothers because they resent mom for babying them because now they're going out in the world and expecting their girlfriends and wives to do it. And the women are like,
I'm not doing
I'm
it.
not doing this.
Yeah.
I'm not your mom. So that repressed anger, he's got to lash out on somebody. So they're taking it back to mom and sister and the women in the family, and they're messing up everybody because he's got to blame somebody. He's not going to take accountability. So he's got to go back to the person that gave birth to him.
Wow.
That coddling creates a monster. So
Wow.
it is abuse because you know you have to teach him to be responsible. You have to teach him how to channel his anger, his emotions, and these mothers don't do that.
And to be able to deal with adversity as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big thing that I see that parents are skipping that step. That they they don't want their kids to struggle. Your kids need to struggle a little bit. We're
Yeah.
not talking about like financially that they have to be eating garbage, but it's more about you have to get through certain challenges
Yeah.
in your life in certain stages, adolescence, when you're young teens or old young person, adult. You need these challenges and these steps to say, okay, I handled that. How did I handle that? I handled that pretty well. What lessons did I learn from that? Okay, cool. On to the next one. So now when the next challenge happens, I know what this feels like and I have the tools to be able to deal with it.
Why are we seeing so many 50 and 60-year-old men living in the basement of their mama's house?
Yeah.
The mama keeps coddling.
Right.
There's a man that just he unalived his mother. I don't know the exact story. She might have been 60, 70 years old, and she told him no, he can't borrow her car, and he
And that
took
was
her
it.
life. That's it. But you coddled him his
Yeah.
entire life. You never told
Never
him
told him
no.
no. Yeah.
So they're taking their anger out on the person who coddled them from day one.
Right.
Because women are not putting up with it anymore.
Yeah.
We're saying we rather be single. I'm not raising. It was your mother's job to raise you correctly. She might have coddled you and gave you your way. I'm not going to do that. I
Yeah.
need a man. I don't
Yeah.
need a boy.
Yeah.
So he's angry. He's not going because he's narcissistic, sociopath, psychopath. He's not going to take accountability. He's just going to lash out.
Yeah.
Who else can he lash out at? Is either going to be the women in his family or a stupid woman that likes abusive men. There's women that love these types of dudes.
Yeah.
They're called the pick-me's.
Pick
But
me, right.
we're seeing a rise in matricide, men turning on their mothers, and even young boys, teenage boys, are attempting to unalive their mothers. So that's that repressed anger. Well, you gave me my way. Now you're telling me no. And I just saw a little boy, 13, throwing rocks at his mother's when she's sitting there with babies in the backseat, and he's breaking the windshield of her car. Just keep throwing rocks at her. He's 13 years old, so it's real. You coddle and spoil your boys today, you're gonna pay for it tomorrow. I promise you.
Wow.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, right? Single mom, they are so up against it in regards to time, balance. You know, what is the advice that you would give a single mother that has a young man that she's raising, that you got to watch out for those things, because in a situation like that, right, there is no father in the home, which means that she is everything to this boy. And sometimes you want to protect your child to the point where it's actually detrimental to them because you're doing too much. So what is the advice that you would give to a single mother of how to be able to handle a young black man that's growing up in this world?
It's kind of tough because she can be an amazing mother,
Yeah.
doing everything right. There's other factors. If she comes from an abusive household, her parents are narcissistic.
Right.
They're going to try to get that baby from her, the grandchild, spoil him and groom him and turn him against her as he gets older. I have a lot of clients. I mean, it's heartbreaking. They thought they did the best job they could, and by the time the boy gets 18, he flips and turns on the mom. She's like, "What did I do
Yeah.
for you? You're siding with the family against me, and I took care of you all these years." Well, if you come from a family of abusers, you can't allow them access to your son. If they don't like you, what makes you think they like your child?
Right. They're gonna
So they'll spoil, coddle, and groom him and turn him against the mama.
Right.
And now she has, it's heartbreaking. I don't wish that on anybody. I've talked to several women that, and the daughters will turn on them. So, what I would do if I had a son, because I have a daughter, I don't have a son, but if I were to have a son, I would protect my son from every abuser in my family. If you're co-parenting with an abusive man, that's another factor. These judges are corrupt. The child, family court system needs reformation because a lot of these judges are psychopaths and they know the father's abusive. I can give you evidence that he's abusive. You'll still say he gets custody, joint custody. And then the child goes on a visitation and the father unalives the child or does something horrible to hurt the mother, hurts the child. So it's all types of factors that contribute to messing up the boys. So she has to really be proactive in protecting him from every abuser, family, baby father, which it depends. He might fight her in court. He might say F it and disappear, which is a blessing.
Yeah.
And she can, even the school teachers, get some mentors, male mentors, keep him busy in sports and don't coddle. Teach him responsibility, teach him about boundaries, teach him how to respect women, and teach him you're not his girlfriend. You're his mother.
Right.
No enmeshment. So that's what I would say if I had a son.
Interesting.